The Notes app is one of those apps that pretty much every iPhone owner uses, but I reckon most people barely scratch the surface of what it can actually do. There are features buried in there that can turn it from a simple place to jot things down into something genuinely powerful. In this video, I've got 10 tips for the Notes app on your iPhone that I bet you didn't know about. Okay, let's get into it. If you ever find yourself bookmarking articles or web pages that you want to come back to later only to lose track of them, here's a much better approach. You can turn any web page into a fully searchable PDF and store it inside a note. Open the article in Safari and tap the ellipsis button in the bottom right of the screen. Tap Share, then scroll down and tap Print. Now here's the bit that most people don't know. In the print preview that appears at the bottom, use a pinch-out gesture on the preview. Push your thumb and index finger apart, just like you're zooming in. That turns the preview into a full, scrollable PDF. From here, tap the Share button in the bottom right of the PDF view, then choose Note. You can save it to an existing note or create a new one. Add any text that you like, then tap Save. The clever part is that the PDF becomes fully searchable within Notes, so if you save 10 different articles and later search for a keyword, Notes will find it even if it's buried deep in one of those PDFs. It's a great way to build up a personal reference library. While we're on PDFs, here's something else most people don't realize. You can annotate and highlight PDFs directly inside a note. Open a note that contains a PDF. Tap the downward arrow up at the top of the screen and choose Quick Look. The PDF will open in a scrollable view. Tap the pen icon at the bottom of the screen to reveal the markup tools. You've got pens, pencils, crayons, a fountain pen and calligraphy tools on the left, and shapes and other options on the right. To highlight text, select the highlighter tool. Tap it a second time to adjust the thickness and the opacity with the slider. You can also change the color using the button in the bottom right. Then just use your finger to highlight the text. Now here's the real trick. When you reach the end of the passage, hold your finger still for a second instead of lifting it. Your iPhone will automatically neaten the highlight into a clean, straight line. It works with all the drawing tools, not just the highlighter. It's the same behavior that straightens hand-drawn shapes throughout iOS. Tap the yellow tick in the top right when you're finished, and the annotations are saved within the PDF. By the way, if you enjoy learning more about just how capable your iPhone is, consider signing up to the Daily Swipe, where I send you an email every day with a tip for your iPhone complete with easy-to-follow steps and screenshots. Best of all, it's totally free. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description. If you've ever selected text on a web page and shared it to Notes using the share sheet, you might have noticed it doesn't always look great. The formatting can be a bit messy. There is a better way. Select the text that you want to save in Safari, and in the pop-up menu, look down until you see Quick Note. Note that you might have to swipe down a bit to see it. Tap that instead. The text gets saved to your Quick Notes folder with much better formatting, and it includes a visual link back to the original web page. The really nice touch is that if you tap that link later, it doesn't just take you back to the page, it takes you back to the page with the text that you saved highlighted on screen, so you can see exactly where it came from. Quick Notes appear in a dedicated Quick Notes folder at the top of your notes, so they're always easy to find. If you use folders and subfolders in Notes, you probably experience the frustration of going back and forth between a handful of notes and having to navigate through the folder structure every time. There is a shortcut for this that most people miss. Inside the Notes app, tap the ellipsis menu, the 3 dots, and choose Recent Notes. This shows a selection of your most recently visited notes, letting you jump straight to any of them without navigating back through your folders. The list updates automatically as you open different notes, and if you want to clear it, there's a clear button at the bottom. It's a small thing, but if you're someone who works across several notes at once, it saves a surprising amount of time. Now, we talk a lot on this channel about getting more from the technology you already have. AI is probably the biggest example of that right now. Most of us are dabbling with it, but there's a real difference between dabbling and actually knowing how to use it properly, especially at work. Which brings me nicely to the sponsor of today's video, Masterclass. They've just launched something called Masterclass certificates, and the one that I want to tell you about is their Lead with AI program, built in collaboration with Microsoft. It's designed for leaders, managers, and professionals who want to stop reacting to AI and start leading it. The kind of person who wants a seat at the table when AI decisions are being made. It's completely self-paced, so you can fit it around your actual life rather than blocking out a week for it. And it's not passive watching. There are hands-on activities and real-world exercises throughout. I especially like the idea that it ends with a real portfolio project. It's not just a certificate, it's something you can actually point to. If you're ready to level up your AI leadership skills, head to the link in the description to get 15% off the Lead with AI certificate from Masterclass and Microsoft. If you use bulleted lists in notes, and I reckon most people do for things like packing lists or project notes, there's a really quick way to change the indent level that doesn't involve going into the formatting menu. All you do is swipe right on a bullet point to increase its indentation or swipe left to decrease it. You can even swipe multiple times to indent it even further if you wish. That's it. It works in Notes and also in Mail, and it's one of those gestures that feels completely natural once you know it's there. Here's another one that feels obvious once you know about it, but I think a lot of people don't. You can drag notes directly into folders on your iPhone, just like you would on a Mac. In your notes list, tap and hold on a note until it lifts up. While still holding it, drag it over the folder that you want to move it to. Note that you'll most likely have to press the back button to go back to the folder's view so that you can actually see your folders. Once there, just release over the folder that you want to drop it into. The note drops straight into that folder. It's much quicker than using the swipe menu and choosing Move, especially if you're reorganizing several notes at once. This is one that I use all the time. If you've written a note that you need to come back to at a specific time, you can create a reminder in the Reminders app that links directly back to that note. The easiest way is with Siri. Open the note that you want to be reminded about, activate Siri, and say, "Remind me about this." A reminder will be created in the Reminders app with a link back to that exact note. Tap the reminder later, and it takes you straight there. There's also a drag and drop method, which is handy if you prefer not to use Siri. Navigate to where you can see the note in its folder list. Long press on the note and start moving your finger to pick it up. While keeping that finger held down, use another finger to swipe up and open the Reminders app. Drop the note into the list that you want, and a reminder will be created with a link back to the note. It does require two hands, but once you've done it a couple of times, it becomes second nature. You might already know that you can share a note with someone so you can both view and edit it. But what a lot of people don't realize is that you can share an entire folder. Open the folder that you want to share and tap the share button in the top right. Choose how to send the invite, whether through messages, mail, or by copying the link. Anyone who accepts the invite becomes a collaborator on the folder and can view, edit, and add to any notes inside it. This is much more practical than sharing notes one at a time, especially if you're working on a project with someone else. Any new notes added to the folder are automatically shared with everyone too. If you have sensitive information in notes, things like passwords, personal details, or private thoughts, you can lock individual notes behind Face ID. Open the note that you want to lock, tap the three dots in the top right, and tap Lock. You might be asked to enter a passcode, but if you set your notes app up with Face ID, you'll usually skip this step. If you have to input a passcode, this can be your device passcode or a separate passcode just for locked notes. It is worth noting that in the first instance, all this does is apply a lock to your note. You will still have to tap the padlock button up at the top to actually lock the note. To change which option you're using or to toggle Face ID on and off, go into Settings, scroll all the way down and choose Apps, then select Notes, then tap Password. From here, you can choose between a custom password or your device passcode and enable or disable Face ID. It is worth knowing that you can't lock a note that has tags. If you try and nothing happens, remove all the tags from the note first and then apply the lock. This last one is a bit of a power user tip, but I reckon it's worth knowing about. You can record audio directly inside a note without ever opening the Voice Memos app. Open a note, tap the paperclip button above the keyboard and choose Record Audio. Record whatever you need to capture, press pause, then tap the yellow tick to save. The recording is embedded right there in the note alongside any text, photos, or documents that you've already added. But here's where it gets really interesting. If you want to set a reminder for that voice note, you can use the same drag and drop trick from earlier. Go back to the main notes list view, long press on the note containing the recording, and start dragging it. With your other hand, swipe up to close notes, then tap into the Reminders app and drop the note into your list. A reminder is created with a link back to the note. And because the recording is inside the note, you've essentially created a reminder that links to a voice memo. It is a bit of a workaround because Apple doesn't let you share from voice memos directly into reminders, but it works really well once you get the hang of it. So there you go, 10 tips for the Notes app on your iPhone that I reckon most people have never tried. Notes is one of those apps that gets better the more you dig into it. And I hope that some of these tips have shown you something new. What about you? Did you know about any of these? Or were they all new? Drop me a comment and let me know. As ever, if you found this video useful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more content like this in the future. See you on the next video.